Welcome people, it's Herman here from 2 Degrees Down. Today I'm going to do a bike review on the BMW 1200 GSA. This is a choice of my motorbike that I'm going to try and attempt to go around Australia with. It's always been a dream of mine, and things are slightly coming together. So what I've decided to do is basically start the review, start the journey from the starting point, which is Brisbane. I actually stay in Scarborough, which is just north of Brisbane. So I thought I'd start and do a review of the bike, bring you to one of Brisbane's gems of the place. This is one of my favorite places I come to. It's here at the International Airport, Brisbane Airport. It's where they house and hang Charles Kingford Smith's aircraft, the first aircraft to fly across the Pacific. I think it was in 1928 or so. It's here. We'll take do a quick review of the motorbike, and then I'll take you inside that a tour of the hangar there. It's a bit of a sunny afternoon here, so I've got my shades on and that. I usually come here in the morning. It's nice to bring somebody here to have a chat or so, bring a flask of coffee or food drink. It's usually, what can I say? It's usually very isolated, you know, so you don't have too much disturbance of a lot of people and things like that. So this is it. Let's get on with the bike. This is the 1200 GSA. It is a 2014 model. I'll bring in the camera and have a closer look at it. I bought this one second hand, as I couldn't afford the brand new one, but it was very well looked after, serviced every 10,000 kilometers. I'm an experienced rider, somebody who's not a hooligan who just burns the engine and so forth, knows about riding, and it's coming up for its 140,000 service, which I'm going to K service, which I'm going to be doing shortly, just before I go, because it's a lot bigger service. They work on the tappets, I think, and valve settings and stuff like that. Excuse me. As you can see, it is quite a big bike. We're going to get a bit of glare from the sun here, but you can look at the tank there. That is a really big tank. You know, for touring, you know, this is what you're looking for. You know, you want something with a bit of capacity. This has got a 35-litre tank in it, so it can get you quite a bit of distance. Easily get 500 kilometers. What else can I tell you about it? It's got a nice little setup there of instrumentation and that. This is an aftermarket tire pressure gauge. See what happened here, when these bikes come, they've got a tire pressure sensor in that's linked into your gauges up ahead, and on occasion they do pick up trouble. I've seen reviews, people pick up trouble and they actually have to change the sensor inside the tire, and there's an aftermarket, a lot cheaper versions, so some people get this one, and I actually quite like it because it's right there in front of you. It shows your front and rear pressure, and it was actually quite, he told me that it was he considered it is a lot cheaper than bringing it in the shops and having a new sensor fitted in that. Okay, let's start over here. It's got these semi off-road tires, which is nice. It's got nice tread there. It's got these nice the GSAs, and I think the GSs they're getting them as well. It's got these extra sort of fog lamps on the side, so you've got very good lighting here, and that is fantastic here, especially in, you know, often I go early in the morning, I go up the coast and there's a lot of kangaroos in that, so you know, when you ride there in isolated areas, it throws out a good sort of cross beam there of about 45 degrees of light, so you can see this wildlife, the kangaroos. You know, they love it. They get up to all sorts of mischief in the morning, you know what I mean? They're always hanging around the roads and that, so you got to watch out for them, because you don't want to hit them and that. And moving on to a nice boxer engine. I love the boxer engine. The reason why that it's maintenance on it is a lot easier, get into the cylinders and so forth. I've worked in old BMWs. This newer versions, I've got to honestly say I'm not familiar too much. A lot of electronics, but saying that, it's got a nice suspension. This is a bit of an aftermarket suspension. The guy I bought it from, Steph, he told me he took out the original one and he put this one. I don't know too much about it. I've heard the guy say, or people speak, that it's a pretty good suspension. It's got a picture of a kangaroo, so it's got to be good. Anyway, moving on, let's go to the rear. I've got some two boxes here. This is this is another brand, not a BMW box. Hector and Becca, I've seen them around. Some people like to go for them. I've got two boxes, a bit of a slimmer box and a bit of a wider box. Gives you a bit of capacity. So what I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to put a bag here, sort of a waterproof bag I can carry. And moving along here, as you can see, the underside of the bike, this is a bit all over the place. It's got a nice travel suspension coming across here, side stand. It's also got a main center stand. It is quite a heavy bike. It's about 230 kilograms. And to get it up on the main center stand, you've got to use a bit of leverage in that, but a bit of technique as well. It's easy enough to get up on flat surfaces. And there you can see the swing arm there. Has got no chain or belt. Nice thing about the swing arm, it is free, it keeps dust free and stuff like that. What can I say about that? You don't have to lubricate chains. But it's important as well to, if you venture through a lot of water, to get the oil replaced in those swing arms, because that can cause corrosion over some time. So those guys who like to go venturing too much really into riverbeds, make sure you on occasion get that oil replaced. Okay, that's a 1200 GSA, an absolutely fantastic bike. I've had it for about 6 months, getting used to it before I go venturing in that, and I've come somewhat used to it. I'm not going to go too offbeat, try to stick the main roads. Very comfortable ride, fantastic jobs they've done there. You know, the Germans, they just know their stuff. Okay, moving on here, I'm going to move to our location here in Brisbane. Here we just have the international airport there, traffic going there, and this here we come to my favorite bit here, is going into the holding place of the Southern Cross. I'm going to do a quick review here, and for anybody who's coming here to Brisbane, it's a lovely place to come and venture. As you can see, they've made a beautiful dome sort of styled hangar, and there she is, back from the 1920s. I think it was 1928 they crossed the Pacific from California here to Brisbane. They've got a nice setup here. Doesn't cost a penny. You hear a bit of echo here as I talk. Here we go. I love coming here. And the beautiful thing as well, at night they put on the lights here, and the whole hangar here inside this glass hangar, it's lit up. They've got a fantastic story of the whole journey. I won't go through the whole lot, you know what I mean. We'll be here all bloody night. But anyway, I want to just give you a quick glimpse of this. There she is. Fantastic. A bit like the tri-motor. I'm not too full tri-motor. I'm not too sure exactly what this is. So I didn't do too much research. Actually, none. So anybody can maybe just elaborate. It would say here in this commentary. I read it once a while back. Very interesting reading. Talking about the flasks of coffee there, I remember reading that it was quite humorous that in this log here, as you see me the camera pointing here, at 5 a.m. he mentions in the log there that a flask of coffee they had prepared was sent up to the cockpit, and he said it had gone bad. I don't know what they did with the coffee in those days. Maybe they mixed the milk with it or something like that, and he says it was disgusting. But that's it's quite funny to see that written up in a journal log. We all know a bad cup of coffee, but when you're flying across the Pacific, it's just so much more bad. I'm just going to quickly take you around here. before we sign off on that. I don't want to take it too much time. I don't want to spoil this whole beautiful setting here we have here. As you can hear the traffic there. I'm just going to picture it out there. You can see the terminal there. There they've got some nice model scale models of the aircraft. Charles Kingsford Ford Smith flew. He was a fantastic aviator. And there's the other side of the aircraft. Okay, as you can see, we're walking out here. And this is what I said, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon here in Brisbane. Lovely. It's been very cold here in Brisbane. So it's good time of the year to get nicely wrapped up and that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off here. Just leave it over here. And this is pointed up there, the lovely aircraft there. Thank you for joining me here again. I'm going to be doing some more reviews on the motorbike places I see in that. What I'm going to do is I'm putting no pressure on myself. I'm going to see how far I go, how much I enjoy, see if I can get around. My friend Tony, he predicts I'm not going to go further than Kalanga, which is probably about 30 k's from Brisbane, but I'm sure I'm going to prove him wrong. Anyway, nice joining me. I'm going to put some more out there, some more reviews, places I see, some nice places. You know, this is like one of the favorite places. It's a great place to come here and think and so forth. As I'm a very keen, I have a keen interest in aviation and so forth. Here I've got my dark glasses on. I'm out of the sun. There we go. Well, there's the aircraft. Give a thumbs up. Add a comment or so if you've got anything interesting to say in that. And I'll see you in the future. Thank you.